Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and today we are going to do a should you poll on the next banners coming. So we got two sets of banners here. We're going to have one featuring Rain's FRBT, and Rain's is getting Echo, by the way, and then the other one will have Kurosame. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to talk through the banners, talk about all the characters, and just kind of let you know what their value is, if they have value at all, and then overall if I think you should pull on the banners, right? So let's go ahead and start with Rain's. I'm going to start by saying I think Rain's banner is actually quite strong. I think this is actually a fairly decent banner you could pull on if you want to, right? So we've got Rain's, Kadaj, and Porom. Now Kadaj is cool, but Kadaj suffers from the issue of being primarily a damage dealer and not being an FRBT character. I would say in today's game, like, you can't really cut it as a damage dealer unless you're an FRBT character. Kadaj has a little utility. He's got gold debuffs, a little bit of follow-ups. He's got instant break, right? Like, he's got a cool few tech things, but not really, like, enough to find a spot on your team. So I don't think Kadaj is really worth it right now. Then we have Porom. I'm actually probably one of the biggest Porom fans out there. I adore Porom in this game. I think Porom is a fantastic character in this game. So Porom is like a crazy support character, and she's very good. Like, I love her White Wave or whatever it's called, her EX. Her EX is insane because you pop it, you get a ridiculous HP buff to where, like, your HP, like, you go over cap HP, so your party has a ton of overflow HP, and then it protects you. Like, it's a lot of good, like, HP damage negation and stuff. So Porom is kind of like a unique character in that she really protects the party, but then also provides a lot of healing. And then she's got, like, follow-up attacks that are decent. Now, Porom's damage is almost non-existent in today's meta. Like, her damage wasn't even great when she was, like, a brand new character, but she was really there for, like, all the support in the defense. But in today's meta, her defense is actually really, really bad. So she's not like a must-get or anything. And I actually, as much as I love Porom, I don't think you should go out of your way to get her. But I will say she is a very nice pickup if you're going for Rains, like, on the side. Like, she is a cool character. I really like her. I'm going to be really excited for FRBT. We'll put it that way. I think she's a fun character. I really, really like her. Then we have Rains. Now, I am going to say this. I'm just coming off of my poll plan video. I did undersell Rains a bit because there was a really big key factor I forgot about Rains. And that's, like, Rains is, like, the best call in the game, or one of the best calls in the game. So I very recently, I don't know, maybe a couple months ago, I did, like, a calls tier list. It was, like, right before Force Echo came out, though. And at that time I said I thought Lunafreya was the best call in the game, which I think does stand true to that time. But now, because of Echo and Lunafreya's quick prayer not being as important as it used to be, to me, I'm going to say that Rains might be the best call in the game right now. And I've had so many people watch my videos where, like, you know, because Rains is the key to getting launching when you're not running launching in the party. Because, like, even selfie call does not give you launching, right? And so the only way, like, the only ways to get, like, good consistent launching if you're not running launch in the party is basically through a selfie friend unit or a Rains call. And there's a lot of quests, whether it be a mission or the quest just doesn't allow friends at all, where you just can't have access to a friend unit. Rains is really your only viable option to get consistent launching, right? And his turn manipulation is very good as well. So the one thing, so in that poll plan video, I did say Rains is a good pickup, right? Like, I didn't say, like, he's bad or anything. Like, as a pure damage dealer, he's very good. The one thing to keep in mind about Rains in the party that I said is that, you know, if you can't launch on the fight, he's basically locked out. But where I undersold him was I should have said, if you don't have his LD, y'all need to go in and get the LD. I think his LD is actually a legit must pull. Like, you don't even need the rest of his kit. If you can just get his LD for the call alone, Rains is kind of a must pull. So what I would recommend, if you've got tickets, this is a great spot for tickets, right? Because during my stream, I had people ask me, hey, on Rubicante, should I use tickets or gems? And I said, use gems. And they're like, well, why gems? Because anytime you must have a BT, you want to go gems to get the pity, right? The thing is now every character is going to be a BT character. So it's really hard to find spots to use tickets, because if you're really wanting to max out a character, you really need the BT for a lot of these new characters that are getting them, right? Well, a character like Rains is a really good example of someone you could just hop in with tickets, get the LD, and get out of there. So if you're summoning for the call, I actually, like, would 100% recommend everybody go in and get his call if you don't have it. It is such a good call. You will not regret it. I promise you that. if you jump in at least just to get the call. You don't have to go in and get the BT. You don't have to green him. You don't have to blue his armor. You just need that LD call to get access to your launching. That's really what you need here, okay? So I am going to say yes, you should summon on this if you do not have Rain's LD 100%. And then if you get Porum, I think that's a really nice bonus. And Porum is a good budget, like, healing character that can protect. And hey, we just got announced Dare to Defy 3. I think you could find use for Porum depending on how deep your roster is, right? So I think, like, Porum is actually usable in today's content. She's not ever going to be your top choice, but she is usable. And some of you that have limited boxes, you're going to need her for Dare to Defy. She's a great pickup. I love Porum. Then we have the Kurosame side. I would say Kurosame's banner is much weaker overall. I mean, we got our boy Thancred, who's one-shotting Shinryu's, if you did not see my most recent Thancred video. Thancred is so busted that I don't recommend you pull for him at all. We'll just put it that way. Don't touch Thancred. He's actually quite terrible. I did a meme video on him, but it's pretty funny. If you want to go back and check that, maybe I'll link it in the... I'll link my video here so that you guys know how busted Thancred is. We'll put it that way. But yeah, Thancred, you want no part of that, man. Queen is like a solid, is like kind of a support healing type character, but she's kind of outclassed by other characters. I would say I like Porum better than her as like a support heal character. But Queen's okay. She's doing some things. I think we got to wait for her FRBT before Queen's going to be worth pulling, right? And then we have Kurosame. I talked about him in my monthly pull plan video a little bit. Kurosame has a very, very good debuff, which has HP damage up, which is why his call is so good. He does ice enchant. There's value there. He does do ice follow-ups. There's definitely some value there. His damage definitely is going to be like up to par now with this upgrade. He's going to have Echo. I said this in my monthly pull planning video. Kurosame, he's not bad. Am I going to recommend you pull for Kurosame? Probably not. But if you like Kurosame and you build him, you green him, all that, he's fantastic. Like, he's really good. He's just not a must-have, right? His BT effect is awesome. It makes it so that enemies are constantly under the effect of freeze, which means they cannot gain brave, which basically means you can't die. So, yeah, Kurosame is really good. It's just, when you're comparing him to, like, Rubicante, Aerith, Quina, like, those characters are just more meta-relevant. And when I do Should You Pull, I'm taking it from the perspective of somebody that's either a new player or a player with limited resources, and you can't afford to pull on every banner. You got to kind of pick your spots where you can skip. I think this is a spot you can skip. I think Reigns' banner is actually much stronger than Kurosame's. This would be one of the few examples where, like, kind of the new highlighted FRBT, I would say, is not as good as, like, the rerun, right? So I'm going to say this rerun banner with Reigns, because Reigns is also getting Echo. So if you're lacking, like, a primary damage dealer, I would say this is a good one just to go in on, because Reigns is going to work really well as a primary damage dealer. Just, once again, if you can't launch, you can't use him there. But like I said, he has so much value for that call. Like, I feel like you got to pull here to get that call if you don't have it. Now, there's going to be a lot of players like me that already have Reigns done. So, yeah, obviously, you don't pull here if you got Reigns done, right? And for me, we'll see. I actually might just flat out skip this, to be honest. I don't know. My resources took, like, if I was still capped on tickets, then yes, I would just jump in with some tickets and get a Kurosame FR. But I took a hit with that Mog, man. Like, I did some off-screen stuff I'm not happy about. Luckily, Rubicante was super kind to me, so that was really a nice rebound. But I might need to hold off on Kurosame for even more of a rebound, right? So, I don't know. We'll see. I may or may not throw a few tickets. At most, it would only be a 100 or 200 tickets. But we'll see. So anyways, guys, let me know if you're going to pull on these banners. Let me know what you think of these characters. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.